Stop chasing views to make money on YouTube and start chasing the right viewers instead. See, it's never been easier to make money from your content, even if you have a small audience, because smart creators know that the real priority is to turn their viewers into paid clients. And you can do this without even trying to sell. So let me show you exactly how without feeling pushy, salesy, or fake with what I call a YouTube sales engine. This is a 4-step system that I've used to make over $1 million from this small YouTube channel. And I didn't even have a large audience, obviously, because it's a small YouTube channel. And it all starts with this. Have you ever watched a YouTube video packed with information about how to solve a problem and thought to yourself,
Wow, this is amazing. I can definitely use this.
so you save the video to come back to it later and then you never do? That's because while tutorials and how-tos seem really valuable in the moment, they're often forgotten once the viewer exits out. And that's a major mistake that creator educators, coaches, and consultants make when they're trying to sell something. They post value, and value creates micro actions instead of transformative shifts. Okay, so let's talk about a real world example. Let's say you are a health coach and you could create value content that teaches your viewers how to make a healthy meal. They'll watch it, maybe they'll even make the meal, and fill your comments with, "Thank you so much, I love your content." But they already have the recipe, so they have no reason to go seek out your high ticket paid offer. Now, if instead of teaching recipes, you say something like, "You've tried all the healthy recipes, but you're still not losing weight. Here's the shift you need to make your healthy habits stick." Then you give a high level overview of your big ideas, your method, and your mechanisms. That's content that speaks to people who are ready to actually make a change. It shows what's broken in their current approach, why it's keeping them stuck, and what to do instead. Your way. And it makes them continue thinking about it even when the video's over. I call it signal content because it sends a signal directly to buyers, not lurkers. It catches a frequency that your dream clients can't ignore. And it's how you attract clients who don't care about the money. They care about making that transformation happen at any cost. Signal content is what makes dream clients go from "I can't afford it" to "How can I pay in full?" Like this. Now, signal content is not going to work without this next piece. And I'm going to say something now because y'all are saying this at the wrong part of your video. Here it goes. Hey, if you like this video, please give a thumbs up. It really helps my content reach more people. And if you're finding this stuff valuable, subscribe to this channel. My point is, stop ending your videos with like and subscribe. What you should be doing instead is giving your audience a clear next step. Whether it's another piece of signal content that drives the point of your current video even further, or an asset or an action that leads to a sale. Stay to the end of this video to see how I do this. The point is, every piece of signal content needs to have a clear goal, and your CTA, your call to action, should reflect that goal. So let's go over the 4 types of signal content and the goals for each one. And as I'm going through these, I want you to pop in the comments below which type of signal content you think this video is. All right, let's start with aligned content. The purpose of aligned content is to build trust and resonance, right? This is the show me who you are content that humanizes your brand. It builds relatability, personal connection with your audience. It really shows them a little bit about you, your personality, your lifestyle, and who you are. And what it does is it calibrates your audience frequency to yours before they click buy. So some examples of aligned content would be your personal story, right? So for me, it's when I tell the story of how, I had a bunch of offers and I was launching all the time and that led me to burnout. So I burnt my entire business to the ground. and rebuilt it with the focus of having actual everyday freedom, right? Another example is behind the scenes content of you doing what you do. So for me, I talk a lot about having 50% white space on my calendar as a KPI. So aligned content for me would be like behind the scenes of me just living life outside of work. And aligned content could also be like you showcasing vulnerable moments that mirror your frequency fit clients' frustrations, like what they're going through, and kind of like the frustrations that you have that will make them relate to you. So, what is the CTA for aligned content? Usually, this is going to be anchor content, which is the next type of content that we're going to talk about. So, for aligned content, you're not sharing lead magnets, you're not sharing conversion assets, sales pages, any of that. Usually, you're just going to lead them to another type of content called anchor content. All right. So, anchor content has the purpose of shifting beliefs and anchoring you as the go to authority in your space, right? So, this content is where you dismantle outdated strategies and teach the new way, your way. It really showcases your expertise and provides insights and solutions to your audience that are really in line with the way that you do things, right? And it shares shifts that need to happen, like shifts in their thinking. It debunks myths, it exposes common mistakes, and just provides in depth explanations that are really based on the way that you do things versus the way that everybody else does things. For me, it would be something like why your offer suite is killing your momentum and what you should do instead. So it really is like, I know that usually business coaches are all like, build an offer suite, low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket, one to ones. Whereas I'm saying is like, definitely don't do that. So another example would be like, the real reason your content isn't converting and how to fix it, right? It's really those pieces of content that are like, oh, unlock. I see. So for these, your CTA usually is going to be your lead magnet, or it's going to be something like your what I call your hello offer, which is your free offer. So maybe you're doing like a free masterclass. Or it could also be a CTA that leads to amplify content, which again is going to be the next type of content that we're going to talk about here. So, amplify content. The purpose here is to amplify that shift that you've already created through your anchor content. And it also transfers belief, right? So, this is where you really create goodwill in the people in your audience, in your market, by providing free value beyond just your content. Now, when I say free value here, I don't mean specifically like a lead magnet, because a lead magnet could be like, here's a checklist, here's, a workbook or whatever. For this, we're talking about a different type of free value, which is the type of content that really shows your method working by providing your people with assets that will allow them to go deeper into your frameworks, your processes, your mechanisms, right? And these assets also further amplify the belief in them that your way is the only way, right? So some examples of content here would be like, okay, your unique mechanism. So I just told you right now that I don't believe in an offer suite. So a piece of content that would fit into this category is one where I explain how I build my offer, right? One offer sold many different ways. That's my unique mechanism. Another piece of content here would be maybe a YouTube video or a segment of a video that shows your offer in action. So, how it actually works once people start using it and applying it. And the CTA would be okay, your VSL. A VSL is really like just an overview of your method. It would be like a playbook, which to me, a playbook is just your VSL, but in written form, right? Or it can be activate content, which is coming up. Activate content is basically content that creates decision energy, right? It's where you highlight the transformative outcome of, your method and what your clients have gone through. And it just really provides proof around your methods, your strategies, your mechanisms, so that the person who's consuming this content can make a decision like, yes, this is for me. right? So activate content would be pieces of content where you're sharing client testimonial, a case study, before and after stories, or maybe you're talking about your own transformation. Activate content, it's directive. You're guiding people from awareness that they have the problem and awareness that you have the solution to making a decision to invest. So for the CTA for activate content, this would be directly sales page, book a call. I'm doing this and that campaign, promo, whatever. This is the only time you can get in. Buy now. So basically, the CTA is really where you're doing your selling for activate content. So if you want like a full breakdown of the different types of content with examples of each one and swipe copy, you can click the link in the description below or scan this QR code here, and I will share with you a full training. Now, the whole purpose of signal content and everyday CTA is that it gets people to buy, not lurk, every single day. Right now, how do you actually make that happen? Well, when signal content meets everyday CTA, YouTube becomes your automated sales machine. So you're creating all these different kinds of content, signal content on YouTube. You are putting in the appropriate CTA, and your videos on YouTube continue to get traffic for months, even years after they've been posted. And these videos not only attract, align, amplify, and anchor your ideal clients, but by the time they get to that activate content, when they have to make a decision, they're pre-sold. So basically, you're turning your YouTube channel and every single one of those videos in there into one engine that attracts daily buyers. Now, if you want to see exactly how you can build your own YouTube sales engine from start to finish, watch this full 1-hour masterclass next, where I go in depth into how to build a sales system that runs while you rest, how to turn content into clients without launch exhaustion, and how to create consistent $10,000 to $50,000 months so that you can buy back your freedom. I'll see you there.